So many care companies has lost its license to sponsor overseas care workers, and as a result, overseas care workers have until mid-July to secure a new visa or to return home. This is really sad because innocent people are taking the blame due to their employers. My name is Uche Ago, and in this channel I share immigration updates and information that help nurses. Please do well to give this video a thumbs up if you find it valuable. And if this is your first time here, thank you. Please do not make it your last time here because you will love it here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. In today's video, we will be talking about how innocent care workers are being faced with either being deported or finding a new employer. And we would also talk about what you can do to protect yourself as a care worker in the UK. There is so much panic, and thousands of migrant care workers in the UK are being faced with either being deported despite doing nothing wrong, and their only thing they've done is to relocate to find better opportunities just like every other person. But sadly, their employers have had their license revoked. Is the grass really greener on the other side? There are possible reasons why the license have been revoked. Possibly from exploiting people of their finances, and we all know that lots of people have paid so much money to obtain a certificate of sponsorship, popularly called the COS, and then when they arrive the UK, their sponsor would not have shifts for them. And we know that in this country, if you don't work, you will struggle to pay your bills. Another possible reason could be from people raising concerns over how they've been ill-treated by their employers and their expectations being cut short and their expectations not being met when they had arrived the country. So many people have borrowed money from home, loans from bank, sold valuable properties to enable them to raise money to relocate to the UK. And they have been asked to either leave the country in 60 days or find another employer who can sponsor them. This is quite sad because it was a new beginning for a whole lot of people who have relocated. Some people might have even sold or left the houses where they rented when they were in Africa. I'll be sharing my screen with you as we go into this video proper and show you how it was reported by The Guardian. And I'll be sharing my screen with you. It says, revealed, thousands of innocent, abandoned migrant care workers were told to leave the UK. And it goes on to say that thousands of migrant care workers have been threatened with deportation despite doing nothing wrong after the Home Office took enforcement action against their employers. So like I previously mentioned, I said the Home Office had taken enforcement action against these employers for some reasons, which I would be telling you on this video. Some of them were scammed, some of them exploited employees, so Home Office have then taken actions against them. There were quite a few number of cases, and I'll be telling you about them here. In one case, a brother and a sister who are Indians, they paid a recruitment agency £18,000 to secure care jobs in the UK, only to find out that they have been scammed. They were told that they must find another employer or company to sponsor them in 60 days or leave the country. Zainab, contractor 22, with the brother Ismail 25, they had borrowed money from relatives to cover the cost of moving to the UK, but when they arrived, they say that the accommodation that they had been promised prior to arriving did not materialize, and they were not given any shifts. Aside having to read this here, there was a certain time when videos were circulating the internet when migrants were on the streets of, I think, London or somewhere in the UK, and they were protesting that they were not getting shifts. I saw those videos online then. This is something similar to the siblings I just read about. Some people, like yesterday, a colleague was mentioning to me and said a friend of his is in the country, and the employer who had given the job has no shifts for them, and they can only take up only 20 hours shifts extra. And in this country, if you don't work, sadly, you would hardly be able to pay your bills. In April, they found out that the company had sponsored their visa had been ripped of its license to recruit workers from abroad by the Home Office. But the enforcement action would also punish them These siblings were sent a letter because their sponsorship was linked to the sanctioned employer as it was no longer valid. They also mentioned that they had applied to 300 employers between them in the hope to find another company that can sponsor them. Now, it brings me to the question, are there jobs in the UK? Certainly, there are jobs in the UK. But the question would be, these available jobs, are they issuing COS, that is the certificate of sponsorship? Are these available jobs going to meet up with the updated salary threshold? So the list goes on and on and on. A lot of people had quit their jobs, quit their investments for greener pastures, and then finding out that they don't have shit for them is really devastating. Another care worker has been threatened with deportation and described the experience as hell. This 32-year-old woman, Catherine, left her job as a teacher in Nigeria to become a care worker in the UK. She and her husband, they sold their land and car dealership business to cover relocation costs. She was not given the work as promised, and the manager is no longer taking their calls. This is pretty much sad. As a result, and because the company was acting as a recruitment agent, the Home Office revoked its sponsor license. Catherine was sent a 60-day letter as well in March. She has until mid-May to find a new sponsor or lose her visa. She says her experience in the country has been from one hell to another, which is quite sad. Sadly, innocent people are made to face this situation when they had previously found a sponsor and thought they were legitimate, and now these sponsors are losing their license. Some care workers who faced losing their visa after license revocations have been able to find a job within the small window given by the Home Office, with 5 days left before her deadline. Rachel, 43, from Nigeria, was able to secure a sponsorship with the help of a friend from church. So if you're in this situation, please do not give up. She said the process not only affected her, but also her 3 children who came to the UK alongside with her husband. She said others in her company have not been so lucky. It's terrible. Some of them cry. You would see grown-up women crying like a child. You wouldn't even know the words to tell them to console her. Some of the names here have been changed just to protect and maintain their confidentiality. So this is from Guardian. I'll be putting the link to where I found this information in the description below. In summary, to protect yourself as a care worker in the UK, you need to join a trade union. There are so many benefits from joining a trade union. There are a few of them. Trade unions give you a greater protection because they will stand for you, they will stand by you, they will speak for you, they will support you if you have any issues with your employer. For example, in this instance. So please and please, if you're affected by this, please do not give up, okay? Please do not give up. There is still hope. There is still hope at the end of the tunnel. I made a video on Sunday about ethical recruiters that have been released by the UK government. There are over 300 of them. Please go through those list of recruiters, send in your CVs, contact them via telephone to make it faster for you. There are other job sites where you can look up jobs on Track Job, on NHS Jobs, on Indeed, on Reed, and on Job Rapido. You can find those jobs. I wish you the very best, and hopefully this is all resolved in your favor. Thank you for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.